What's going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It is me, Tommy D Switch, coming at you with my 3x3 grid up there. Basically, you pick your favorite games, the ones that have influenced you the most, and you put them in a grid. I don't know. I've just seen people doing it. I saw Pewdiepie doing it. So I was like, alright, that's a great idea. I thought I could give my hand to it. So first of all, we got Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Basically, this game is the game that got me a Wii. So this game was amazing to me. I played the shit out of it. I love the story. I love the crossover of characters. That's what got me into it the most, was just all the different characters. There were so many. There were like 30 or something. I mean, now that doesn't sound like a lot because you got Ultimate and shit, but Smash Bros. Brawl was a crazy time. Like, when that got revealed, holy shit, everyone lost their minds. So basically, you got Brawl coming out in number one on mine. Well, not number one. They're in no particular order, more or less. Brawl, these are just what came to mind first in order. So Brawl basically made me as a person. I love that game. I played it all the time with my friends. Like, it's just a great game. Everyone loves it. Okay, Pokemon Heart Gold. My first Pokemon game that I owned. I had played Ruby before this, but I didn't own it. It was my mate's, and I'd borrowed it. But Heart Gold, first game I ever owned on DS. First game I had on DS, and Heart Gold was just another time. I'd played Diamond maybe at this point, but that was my brother's. But this one was mine, and holy shit, there was so much to do in that game. You could go to Kanto, you could get so many different Pokemon. Like, before this game, my favorite Pokemon was Raticate. Like, what does that say about me? I don't know. But Raticate is the G. He is the GOAT. That's one of... so my favorite part of this game is basically going to Kanto and all pinnacling at the top with Red. Red being on the top of the mountain, being like, ... and you fight him, and he's got level of fucking 90 Pokemon or some shit. But yeah, Heart Gold with the Pokewalker, classic. Classic. Crash Team Racing. I've got it right here. Look at this. There we go. Basically, one of my first games on the PlayStation, other than Spyro, which I'll get to later. But Crash basically was the game I played the most on the PlayStation 1. Because it's just got so much replayability. The adventure's very fun. You can get through it really quickly. So I did it so many times over. I got really good at the game, and I started beating like the time trials and nitrous oxide and shit. I recently went back, fairly recently, but then my PlayStation broke, so that sucks. Um, but yeah, I had a great time as a kid playing that game. Unlocking everything, basically using codes and shit that they put into the game, which have made it super fun. You know, you had so much time to fucking fuck around with everything when you were a kid, and I did it in that game. That game was my favorite game. I'll just go out to the garage, jump down on the PlayStation. You know, basically it was a very crazy time back in the day with that game. Before the internet properly had come about and like was crazy, you'd discuss your favorite games. You'd, you know, show them people. People would be like, "Oh, I don't know about that game." You know, nowadays people mostly know every game that will come out. But back then, you know, you had a game that your friends didn't have. You were cool. People would want to hang out with you. That was CTR for me. People loved that game. I remember me and my friends got pretty good at it. Like, we were neck and neck. Even on races that I had done millions of times, we were pretty close. My favorite track is Sewer Speedway. If you know, you know. Um, Batman Arkham City. Fucking amazing game. Amazing story. Amazing twist. Amazing characters. Amazing boss battles. Just everything about this game is super good. Like, even the inclusion that you can play as Catwoman, that was sick. But Arkham City is general. It was either, I remember back in 2013 or something, it was either to get Batman Arkham City or get Origins, and I chose to get City instead, and then play that game instead. Which was a great decision, because Arkham City's 1,000 times better than Origins. Even though Origins is still pretty good. But Arkham City's just that good. Like, the amount of detail put into this game, like, with Easter eggs, with fucking, I don't know, anything. With, like, you got Calendar Man that you can go to on different dates, will give you shit. Uh, there's one part where if you miss pressing a button with the Batarang, you won't see Croc at all in the game, but you'll see him in this one part, and if you don't do it now, you'll never see him. Which is insane to me that they did that. So yeah, we got Arkham City there. So that game's really good. I won't spoil the twist, but the twist is insane. It's something to do with my boy Clayface. And he's fucking... Oh, I love it. Love that game. Oh, it's so good. Okay, next up. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I love this game. Also hate it. It's like a love-hate relationship there. I love it for the memories I have of playing it with my friends, the pro scene, the everything about it. I just fucking loved. But I hated the game as well. Because I have like 2,000 hours in the game. So, you know, when you get to the point where you're having fun, but you're also fucking dying constantly. Yeah, I'm decent at the game. Like, I was in Nova for majority of the time. Uh, you know, it's really weird. The balancing's pretty shit, but the game itself is really fun, and I had some amazing moments in that game. Like the feeling you get when you get a clutch or an ace is unparalleled in other games for me. Maybe in Rocket League. I've had the same in Rocket League. Okay, now Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. This one was actually just kind of a placeholder because this could be any Lego game. It could be Hobbit, Batman 2, Marvel 1, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Star Wars 3, any of those ones, it could be there. Because I love all those games. Those games are all great. I've played most of the Lego games. I think there's a couple that I haven't. There's some I haven't liked, like Worlds, but that's just preference, I feel like, you know? It's just not the kind of game I want to play. Um, I do remember back in the day there was that mini Lego minifigures online. That was an amazing game. I fucking loved that. I played that with my sister and it was so much fun. Um, if you forgot about that and remember now, leave a comment because that game was awesome. You can play as the minifigures you got. It was insane. I loved it. Um, all right, yeah. Anyway, I love the Lego games. I've played most of them. I want to play Dimensions, but I haven't got the things for it. So hopefully it comes to PC at some point. But Lego games are very solidified. Basically, they made me like the films that they were on because I hadn't watched Star Wars before I played the complete saga. From my knowledge, I don't remember it anyway. So I played the complete saga before I'd actually watched the fucking films. And I know, it's bad, it's bad. I think I may have watched like them, but I hadn't taken them in because I was a kid. Um, but the Lego games what made me like Star Wars the most. It actually did. And same with like I don't know, Lord of the Rings. I hadn't read the books, but I played the game because I loved it. And then I read the books, and then I watched the movies, and it's just a great time. And it's also I liked Batman before I played the game. To be fair, but I did like Batman more because of it. But yeah, anyway, those games just make you like franchises. Like that's what I figured out. Okay, next we got Fallout 3. Now Fallout 3 is a special case for me because I didn't actually play it when it came out. I played it like years after. Basically, a couple years ago, I found it in an op shop, and I decided to get it because I was like, my brother likes Fallout 4, so I'll play Fallout 3. It could be cool. And I played it. I had one of the most amazing times. Like I love Bethesda, and I love what they've put out. I love Skyrim. I love Oblivion. I love Oblivion. Might not have been them though, but anyway, yeah, I think it was them. But anyway, I love the games. I love what they put out. I love their character building, their world building. Fallout 3 has that. Fallout 3 has that. Basically, I played that game from front to back in like a week. I still haven't found everything, but I've done all the main quest DLCs a few times now. Um, Once you fix like the bugs and the crashes on newer systems, it runs fine and it is so fun. You just have so much freedom to do anything you fucking want. Like you can be as evil as you want. And no one will like you, but you can be evil. You'll have bad karma. Um, you can have good karma. You can do whatever you want. You can kill whoever you want. Really, people will hate you, but you can do it. You'll kill someone important. You'll fail a quest. It doesn't matter, but you have the freedom to do it, and that's what I love about this game. Um, so yeah, Fallout 3 is on here because I just love that game. It's been my favorite game I've played in years, for sure. Okay, Borderlands Legendary Collection. The reason I put the Legendary Collection on here was because I actually couldn't decide between 1 and 2. I also like the pre-sequel, but 1 and 2 are the main contenders. Basically, 1, you just get put in this world, and it feels so immersive compared to 2. The immersion in 1 is the best part, because you just run around this oasis with, like, finding guns, killing monsters, doing quests, you know. Just, it's less about the story and more about the adventure. And I love that. I love that. It feels so good. Borderlands 2 did really good in reintroducing characters and introducing new ones like Handsome Jack. Seeing the old characters is really good as well, but choosing new characters was really smart by them. Um, but the game itself, the story and everything in Borderlands 2 is amazing. I think it can be cheesy at times, but that's not against it. That's still right. But the game itself, fucking phenomenal. Borderlands 2. I had such a good time. Um, but yeah, pre-sequel, it's a good game too, but I don't think it would be up there with the other two. Uh, People may hate pre-sequel, but I don't personally. Uh, but yes, definitely Legendary Collection altogether is amazing. An amazing pick that you should play if you haven't. Now Spyro Year of the Dragon. This was my first game I ever owned myself. I've got it right here, the original disc and case that I had. I just set them up because I don't have a working PlayStation at the moment, but maybe I'll get one at some point. But those games are classics. They've both been remade. Both my PlayStation games on here have been remade, and I've played them both. But they didn't really have the charm of the original, I found. I didn't find them as charming. Like, the original just had something about it that was so nice. Although I did like the remake of CTR having new heaps of characters, and even including Spyro, who I thought should have been in the original game in general. Although he might not have been as big. No, he was big. He was big. This was after Crash 3. Yeah, I think they should have definitely added Spyro in their original game. I always thought that as a kid, and then they actually did it for the remake, and I've never been happier. It was so good. Which I still play it occasionally, like just to get the skins and shit. I haven't got all of them. It's hard to play when you haven't got really consistent servers being filled in New Zealand. Uh, but yeah, Spyro, I love the characters. Sheila, Sergeant Bird, Agent 9, you know. You got the Yeti, I forget his name right now, but, you know. Let's see. Bentley. Oh, Bentley the Yeti. Yeah, that's right, that's right. I can't believe I forgot him. He's got the massive hammer. He was always my favorite one to play as. Sergeant Bird's levels always piss me off, but I love them. Agent Nines was a bit janky, so it might not have liked his as much. It always kind of scared me, the birds. I don't know why, the birds scared me. Sheila was always really fun and easy to use, so it was a perfect integration. But the game itself, really good. I love getting to 116% or 117, one of the two. But yeah, hitting all the skateboard tricks, doing all those levels, was always really fun. And it just reminds me of being a kid, basically, that game. Um, but yeah, that's my pick. Let me know what yours is down below. Whether you agree, disagree, whether you want to fight me for not picking something, you know, just leave it down below and I'll agree or disagree with you. just let me know. We can be like a community here, you know. I will rate your choices. So just post them down below, and I'll get back to you. But yeah, that's my list. Have a good one. Signing out, Tommy D Switch style.